The home care hero is with us. Chris Prickett is here, and he's going to be talking about things we need to know and do around the home for the summertime. And it looks like it's pool care today.
What gave you that idea, Tanya?
I have no idea. But I used to be able to fit. I used to have this around my waist.
Well, this is kind of like the candy bars. Over the years, they get smaller and smaller.
Sure they do.
Or maybe it's due to the candy bars we eat that we can. I don't know the difference, but one of the two.
These are for the littler kids.
Those are for the littler kids. Yeah. Exactly.
Chris, welcome. Thanks for coming back.
My pleasure.
Making home in Anthem in the southern part of our state. You are also a realtor?
Yes, I am.
How is the realty business right now?
It is wonderful if you're a buyer. It is not so wonderful if you are a seller.
So realty is kind of taking a quiet status quo.
Yeah, it's coming back. In Anthem, we did 81 home sales in May and 75 in June.
So that's
a lot, but prices are way down. So if you are selling, you're taking a hit.
But if you're buying, it's a great market.
It's a great market. Yeah.
Most people, not everyone, a lot of people have pools in their backyard or front yard, wherever they decide to put one. Care for the pool. You can do a lot of it yourself.
You can do a lot of it yourself. The important thing is that it's got to get done. Generally, when people ask me, should I do my own pool care, I tell them, well, I don't know.
How smart are you?
You tell me. Well, it's smart and it's time.
Okay.
You really have three choices. You can use a pool care service. Okay. You can do it yourself and just take your water to the local pool companies, the pool supplies companies, and they will test it for you and say, hey, do this. And it's pretty much give you a list, tell you what to do, sell you the chemicals, or you can grab one of these guys, little test kit, and you can do it yourself. But you really need to do something. Don't just expect
on a regular basis, especially if you have a busy pool, right?
Yeah.
Because the more people that are in that pool, the more it needs care.
Absolutely. And another thing is during monsoon season, we get a lot of rain, so we're getting a lot more water in that pool, and we get a lot of dust and debris in the pool. But let me back up for just a second, because anytime I talk about pools, number one is pool safety. Pool fences, watch your kids. Please, please, please watch your kids. Make sure the fences are up and each city locked and secure. Each city has its own regulations. The state has its own regulations. You can Google that and find it out, but just make sure that you do it. You know, it's tragedy with the kids.
What are some of I know the city of Phoenix has rules. Right. What are some of the rules? Basic rules. Correct?
Basic rules is you need to have a barrier to keep others from coming in your yard, and then you also need to have barriers to protect children who live in the home. So it's really two sets of regulations. And as far as pools go, most people think, well, if it's not an in-ground pool, I don't need one. But really, even those pools that you put up, and especially they're 18, 24 inches, well, a 2-year-old toddles in there and goes down. And so you really need to apply those same safety precautions on an above-ground pool as you would an in-ground pool.
So you go to the store and you buy this handy-dandy little kit.
Yeah.
It says 6-way test kit.
Sure.
And I sure hope there's directions in there because there's a lot of bottles in there.
There's tiny, tiny little directions, but there's also a 3-way kit, which is much simpler, and then you have the test strips you can do. One of the most common misconceptions when it comes to pools is that the filter is what cleans the pool. Now, the filter removes particles from the pool. Does very little to affect the chemistry.
Or the sanitation.
The sanitation, exactly. And the chemistry and the sanitation are the two most important things when it comes to pool. If the chemistry is not right, if your pH is too high or too low, it's going to have an effect on the finish of the pool, the plaster, the tiles, the decking around it, and also your equipment.
See, I was only thinking about us.
Well, there's a little bit of a problem there too. It can dry you out, it can cause rashes, but also the eyes, and then the sanitation, of course, that's when you can start having health issues.
Hold your thoughts, Chris.
I'm holding them.
They tell me to do that, and it doesn't take much to hold mine. I don't have too many. When we come back, more about how to be a home care hero.